Buongiorno party people. It is like 6:30 in the morning and I have a tour for a day trip to this place called the Dying City, Civita di Bagnoregio. I knew that I had to get up super early, so I just took it really easy yesterday. That lunch I had yesterday at Tonarello was like probably one of the best things I've ever had. I'm walking over to Piazza del Popolo right now to get my bus. It is an all-day tour. We're going up there, we're going to Orvieto. We're gonna be gone for like the whole day, so I hope I have everything that I need. I'm obviously like incredibly excited, but I was making all of these tours when I was sort of not panicked, but nervous about solo traveling. I hadn't done it in a little while. And I was like, well, I don't know, all the Americans that I talked to were like, you only want to be in Rome for like 2 or 3 days because it's busy and it's this and that, and I just haven't really felt that at all. Like, I think you could stay here for like years and still be finding new places. I think it's kind of like New York, where if you were to go for 2 days, it would be really overwhelming and you're like, I can't imagine being here for longer. But when you are here for longer, you actually can like calmly tour the city in a more realistic way. Because of that, I've been surprised at like how packed my schedule's been, how social I've been, but I am excited for this day trip. I think it's gonna be really fun, so let's do it. Also, this is gonna sound ridiculous, but I'm obviously super excited to go on this tour. However, I'm also very excited to sit on a bus for some hours and just look out the window. I was so tired yesterday. I kind of like hit my foot in a cobblestone, and it doesn't hurt, but I just was like realizing how much my feet are just sore and how much walking I've been doing. So honestly, I'm really excited just to sit on a tour bus, and I really hope I don't get car sick. I have some Dramamine just in case. But take me around town, tell me all about these places. And I have my headphones if I want to listen to something. But it's gonna be so nice and chill, I hope.
I said buongiorno everybody.
Buongiorno.
It was a good morning drink for the Italians. No, they wake up, they get their espresso. Meeting times, guys. Please always show up at the meeting time that I tell you.
We have arrived at our first location, which is Orvieto, and I just got a cornetto. I slept a little bit on the bus. Honestly, this is going to a lot more places than I thought, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, wow. I love to sit on church steps. We're sitting in front of the Duomo di Orvieto, and it's stunning already. The detail on the outside is gorgeous. I'll include some little clips here. But I mean, there's like thousands of little images too that I can't even include. I'm gonna go get a ticket, but I kind of just want to get a little lost. I do have a tour bus to get back to. Just want to get a little lost wandering these like medieval streets. On the tour bus, I learned that Orvieto was a really important place for the Romans and the Etruscans, because it is the last defense before Rome. So if you get Orvieto, if you capture Orvieto, then you essentially have free reign to get to Rome. So it was really important, and it's basically built on this hill. So I'm hoping to get some panoramic views as well, but that created really helpful defense back in the Middle Ages. Because it's so early, we left Rome at 7:30, and it's like 9 something right now. It's like barely 9:30, I think. Because it's so early, it's like empty. I'm sure this will be swarming with tourists around 2 p.m. And there are tour groups, but it's so mild, and it's just so nice to like be in this very chill area. Also, it's beautiful right now. It's like 70 degrees. It is gonna get hotter later, but I'm just really enjoying the fresh air. I'm sure you can hear the birds chirping. They're kind of insane back there. I'm also very surprised. I have yet to go inside of a church since I've been in Rome. Like since I arrived in Italy, usually that's like you see 100 churches. So I'm like shocked that this is going to be the first one that I go into. I will be going to the Vatican in a couple days, so I guess that's the other big one. But yeah, getting back into the Italian Catholic energy today. Okay, that's it for now. Let's do it. Okay, we have arrived to Civita di Bagno Reggio. It is only accessible by this bridge that we're going to walk across, and I'm really excited. It's like all medieval and very, very unique. So the city was built in this like outcropping, which is basically like a lookout. And I'm sure it was used in that way as like some kind of a fortress. But because of the erosion, no one lives here anymore. But it is so beautiful. It's like ancient sort of medieval stone. And then on the other side is an absolutely gorgeous view. The walls aren't all this high, so I'll get some videos of a better view for you to see. I think it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to walk around the whole place. Like it's quite small, but it's like so quiet because it's so secluded. I think only 20 people live here. Gorgeous. Wondering like how this place is so beautifully manicured when there's only 20 people who live here. Like of course to keep it nice for themselves, but also for the tourists that pay to come here. I get that, but like it is pristine. There are some doors are locked for sure. Like you can't, like you can tell that they're boarded off because it's like not safe to enter there because of erosion. But most of the places literally look like this. Like this is gorgeous. And I'm just like, how? It's so beautiful. This Tuscan view is so breathtaking. It smells like jasmine, birds are chirping, and it's just Tuscany. ragazzi. It is a new day and I'm feeling rested for the first time since I got here. As I said before, the AC in my hostel is broken. But last night my new roommate was fine with keeping the window open even though it's kind of bright out there and a little bit loud. And I feel like because of that I was able to sleep more. And also because yesterday I walked actually more steps than any of the other days. I checked my health app just to see, and it didn't feel like as much because we had the air-conditioned bus between each stop. So I'm feeling more rested from that even though I walked more. So I think I slept more because of that. Slept in until like 9, which normally that's not a sleep in for me. I'm a sleepy girl. But here I've been waking up at like 5 to 7 every day. So I'm feeling good. Today I'm gonna stay in this area, which is Termini. I think technically I'm in Monti right now. They're sort of neighboring neighborhoods. And pop into some vintage shops, just kind of keep it casual. There's a museum in this area I wanna go to, but I think it's quite small. So we're just gonna keep things chill today. I have my mosaic class tonight. That'll be tonight. So I'm gonna stay in this area because it's right here on Via Urbana, which is like a really cute street with like ivy hanging down. So yeah, I'm feeling excited about today. Maybe go see this museum, maybe pop into some vintage shops. I'll take you with me. Again, damn, this one was my fault. I mean, they all happen, but this one more so. I just have to pivot and see what else we can get up to today. Since I couldn't go to my museum, I decided to go a little shopping in Termini area. I know that those like stands with all of those clothes probably are not like amazing, but every time I've bought something from Europe that's like linen from those stands, I wear them to death. So I had seen one a couple days ago, but I was like in a hurry. And so I've been kind of wanting to go back to it, even though I know it's like not high end or not like impressive. But honestly, they have good stuff. The prices are fine. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was like 38 euros for a skirt and then like 20 euros for a top. But it's like 100% linen. You know what I mean? Also, I bought this hat because I have been hot. And I'm going on a safari later this year. So I feel like the color, I can wear it then too. I'll get multiple uses out of it as well. Plan. I just walked past this museum and someone was telling me that the Dolce & Gabbana exhibit was like phenomenal, and this feels sort of synchronistic because one of the perfumes that I almost just bought was Dolce & Gabbana L'Imperatrice, which smells like peach, and pesca is like my favorite smell, taste, whatever. So I almost bought that, and I just looked it up and the Dolce & Gabbana exhibition is here. So with my luck, it'll be closed, but let's go see. And if it's open, I'm gonna just grab a ticket and go for a couple hours. Oh my god, that was incredible. I thought it was just gonna be one room and then I was just gonna kind of explore the museum. I like every room was curated so finely. Like, I don't even know, I'm like kind of speechless. It was so beautiful. I loved the glass room and the opera room, but I kind of like love jesters and clowns, so that's probably why. But everything was just fine and detailed. It was like one of the best fashion exhibitions I've ever seen. That was so special. I think I'm gonna do like a gallery or like a museum walkthrough of this exhibition, like on a separate video, just because I took so many videos. It would be insane to put it in this one, but we will see. Also, I did realize it is exactly time for my art class, so I will be running. Luckily I'm close. I'm like, I don't know, 5 blocks away, but it's supposed to start right now, so wish me luck.
Just one question. I think that you're mixing a bit too much of colors. Okay, and
Buongiorno. We've got another new day. It is 6:20 and I'm up early because I have my tour of the Vatican this morning at 8. I couldn't really sleep last night. The air conditioning's still not on, but I've been promised it'll be on tomorrow, so we will see. That's okay. I feel like the lack of good sleep has forced me to like get out earlier and stay out longer because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Go sit in a hot room? So off to the Vatican we go. I am a little nervous because everyone I've talked to about the Vatican is like, it's really confusing to figure out which line to get into, that kind of thing. So I was planning on just going straight to the Trevi Fountain, or straight to the Vatican. But I figured, you know what? Let's just also hit up the Trevi Fountain because it's barely sunrise and that is apparently the only time you can go where there are not hordes of people. So I'm gonna go check that out, and my bus has literally just arrived because I'm so lucky. I love when that happens. All right, here goes our most tourist day. Okay, my analysis is that I love the Trevi Fountain. It is ornately and grandiosely beautiful. Like, it is stunning. The vibes are more like Times Square when I want them to be like Central Park. You know what I mean? Like touristy, but still relaxing to go have lunch by. I feel like the crowd wasn't horrible. Like, I mean, there is for sure a crowd, and I just got right to the front center, and I just waited for this one couple to take pictures. They were taking it a long time, but it was just one couple ahead of me. And I'm sure if I had gone off to the side, I would have just been able to do it really quick. And then they took some pictures of me, which was sweet. Another lucky girl moment. Caught my bus just in time. Headed to Vatican. I forgot to mention some important context. We've arrived at the Vatican. It's nearly empty because I'm taking the first tour of the morning. I had really put off buying these tickets. Oh, let's have this little view behind us. I had put off buying these tickets because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just look at them. And they were like pretty much all sold out. I was like, okay, how can I get around this? Then I really started to want to go. Basically, one thing led to another. There was one tour available left, and it's a Spanish tour at 8 a.m. And at first I was like, that's so early, but everyone has been saying to go at the earliest tour you can. And also I was like, in a Spanish tour, I'm going to get like probably half the amount of information that I would get from an English tour just because of my language level. I'm pretty rusty. Part of me was like, should I do the Italian one? And then I was like, no, I will get nothing from that. So you might see a little empty Vatican right now. It is going to get crazy later, but honestly, this feels kismet that I'm here before the crowds really descend. Okay, what a vibe to have my morning snack right here. It's so quiet. for context, it is 7:07. I'm wearing my longest pants and covered my shoulders, of course. But then when I stood back, I realized how tight the outfit kind of was. And I was like, you know what? I think it's important to be respectfully a little bit sacrilegious in a context like this. Of course, I'm going to follow the rules, be incredibly respectful, but I also must maintain a sense of self. Here is the fit. And already, I came from over there, tried to walk in this line. Excuse me. And I'm having to walk all the way around this. So if you're coming here, just be aware that it takes some extra time to be able to like figure out your line. I have like 40 minutes until my tour, and they recommend you get here 30 minutes early. So I'm hoping I can like do this a little seamlessly since there aren't a million crowds. No, okay, this is very confusing. There's like no signage for if you're on like a tour that is organized like outside of the Vatican. I just bought a tour ticket through the Vatican, and it's very confusing. Like, and it's just so big. Like, the piazza is so big for St. Peter's like Square that it's like I'm realizing I have to go to the Vatican Museum's entrance, even though all these other people are lining up elsewhere with their tour groups organized outside, and it takes 15 minutes to get to this entrance. So I'm gonna be right 30 minutes ahead, which is, I mean, like, the fact that there's already these lines, we'll make it, it'll be fine. Okay, I have found my line. I finally found the helpers of the Vatican.
This line, so due,
Son due, ok. Es tiempo a pensar en español, porque mi tour es en español. Y hay que practicar para ser acostumbrada a pensando en español. Que tenga suerte a mí. Yo, oh my god, I'm rusty as hell. And I have Italian in my head half the time now. But it's gonna be fine.
La última parte pintada con la Capilla Sixtina. ¿Por qué tan importante? Porque la Capilla Sixtina se llama así porque tenemos una piña enorme, una piña romana, una escultura en bronce romana, aquí naturalmente árboles, turrones, fuentes. La ciencia y la armonía de la bandera blanca con
The Vatican was something. I went to the Sistine Chapel and that was good. I'll just start there. I got to sit down on the outside of the room. There's like a bench that kind of goes all around the sides. That was lovely. I just got to sit as long as I wanted, look up at the ceiling, like sort of really read it, take it in. They were doing a benediction at the time, so that was really cool to watch. That was the best part for sure. The rest of it was also very beautiful, but very overwhelming. I was very overstimulated. This was my first experience with these like Roman tourist crowds that I have heard so much about. And yeah, it was intense, it was overwhelming, and I cannot imagine going there later. I was in like the first tour group, and the tour was about an hour and 45 minutes, and then he left us, the tour guide left us to see the Sistine Chapel on our own. And someone I was talking to yesterday did their tour at like 11:45 or 12 or 1 or something, and they were saying their tour lasted 4 hours. If I had been on that 4-hour tour, I might have cried. I don't know, like I was fine obviously, but I just get claustrophobic and overwhelmed with crowds, so I think that would have happened. There were a few moments where the crowds kind of dissipated and there was no one else around. Those were lovely moments, just being able to actually appreciate the art and not being overwhelmed by everyone around. Afterward, I was silent, I think, for 45 minutes. I went to this amazing cafe, and there was like a standing bar where people, mostly, I think only local Italians, came and sipped their coffees at the bar, didn't even sit down, left. It felt so local and cool. And I just watched. I sat at the bar, I watched, I enjoyed, I sipped my cappuccino, which was delicious, and had a caprese sandwich, and recovered a little bit. Now I'm at the Ponte Sant'Angelo, and there's all of these sort of like tourist tents, and I guess from here you can see the Castel di Sant'Angelo. I don't know where it is. I think I'm gonna walk along the water as well. I don't really have plans until tonight, so I'm hoping the AC is fixed at my hostel, so I can go take a nap or something. But we saw the Sistine Chapel. It was gorgeous. That's what's important here. And what a privilege. I'm just waking up from a nap. Thank God. There's air. Oh my God. It's not super strong yet, but it is much cooler than usually at this time. I took a cold shower. I fell asleep for a couple hours. I think I really needed it because I just have not been sleeping like at all. And I just woke up like in a start, like where am I? I think I was having like really weird dreams. Okay, I'm gonna think about what else I want to do for the rest of the evening. Lucky girl, back at it. Decided to come to Terrazza Borimini, and there was no reservations, but he saw that I was alone. This is the good thing about solo travel. He called up and he was like, "Si sola," and now we're going up.